Good morning, students of class 9. Hope you all are well at your places. Now, this is class of science. Dear students, this video is continuation of lesson of biology, that is why do we fall ill. This chapter consists of 3 videos and this is second video. Listen this video again and again for clear understanding. In this chapter, we will be covering topics infectious agents for infectious diseases, means of spread of communicable diseases. We have already done infectious diseases, which are also known as communicable diseases. This we have done in last lecture, but now just a quick recapitulation. We should know what are infectious disease, only then we will be able to learn about the infectious agents. Now, what is infection and what are infectious diseases or communicable diseases? The entry and multiplication of a pathogen or microbe into the body is called infection, and the disease caused by them is called infectious disease. It means when there is entry of pathogen, that means disease causing microorganisms into the body, it causes some infection, and the disease which is caused by this is called infectious disease. These diseases are passed from diseased person to healthy person. That means कि जिसको डिजीज़ होगी उस पर्सन से हेल्दी पर्सन को ट्रांसमिट हो जाएगी ये वाली डिजीज़. The transmission of infection occurs through direct contact or some medium like air, water and vectors. दैट मीन्स जो ट्रांसमिशन होगा इन्फेक्शन का दैट इज़ थ्रू डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट, या तो हेल्दी पर्सन उस इन्फेक्टेड पर्सन और डिजीज़ पर्सन के डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट में आ जाए, या फिर किसी मीडियम के थ्रू लाइक एयर, वाटर और वेक्टर. एयर यू नो, वाटर यू नो, वेक्टर आर दी कैरियर्स of disease. Now, next is infectious agents or pathogens. The infectious agents are also known as pathogens. The disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens or germs. Pathogens are disease causing microorganisms. Examples of pathogens: bacteria, virus, fungi, protozoa and worms. All these are microorganisms and these cause diseases in human beings and other animals also. So they are called pathogens. Now there are various diseases which are caused by pathogens and they are written as follows. Bacteria. From bacteria, which is microorganisms, it causes following diseases: tuberculosis, cholera, tetanus, typhoid, pneumonia, whooping cough. All these diseases are caused by bacteria. Next category of microorganisms is virus. Viruses causes rabies, chickenpox, smallpox, hepatitis B, AIDS, cold and dengue fever. All these diseases are caused from viruses, and these days coronavirus is also there, which can be example under this topic, viruses. Next is fungi. Fungi are microorganisms which causes ringworm, athlete foot, etc. Now next are protozoa. Protozoa causes malaria, amoebiasis, leishmaniasis and worms. These causes diseases: filariasis, which is also known as elephantiasis, and ascariasis. Ascariasis is caused by Ascaris. Now, what are means of spread of infectious diseases? The infectious diseases, which are also known as communicable diseases, spread to healthy person in two ways. One is direct transmission and other is indirect transmission. Direct transmission of diseases: number 1, contact with an infected person, for example chickenpox, smallpox, etc. When there is direct contact with infected person, contact of healthy person, yes, When there is direct contact of healthy person with infected person, then these diseases can be directly transmitted. Next mode of transmission is droplet infection. It occurs through sneezing, coughing and spitting. Sneezing means छींक मारना, coughing खांसी करना, spitting means थूकना. For example, common cold, influenza, pneumonia. All these are examples of diseases which can be caused by droplet infection. Now next is contact with soil. It transmits tetanus. Animal bites such as dog or monkey. It transmits rabies virus. Now after completing this direct transmission, now we will start with indirect transmission of diseases. That means there is no direct contact but there is transmission of disease. And how it is possible? In this type of transmission, pathogens enter the body through some agents. That means some agent is required which causes the diseases. First is through carriers. It includes female Anopheles mosquitoes, which is the carrier of malaria. This female Anopheles mosquito is the carrier of malaria. Next is housefly. It is carrier of cholera. Through air. It is also indirect mode of transmission. The pathogens of airborne diseases are transmitted through air. For example, common cold, pneumonia, typhus, etc. Next is through contaminated food and water. Contaminated means खराब हुआ खाना या फिर water that causes diseases. Some diseases are transmitted through contaminated food and water. For example, typhus, hepatitis B, cholera, etc. Through contaminated blood or injection needles. These diseases can introduce AIDS pathogen into the blood of healthy person. That means infected blood or injection needles. They can also be cause of AIDS. These can introduce AIDS. AIDS is a disease with the full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. We will discuss about AIDS after some time. Just you learn in this that these can introduce AIDS pathogens into the blood of healthy person. Now there are few full forms. First is WHO, World Health Organization. AIDS, acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. OPV, oral polio virus vaccine. PEM, protein energy malnutrition. Now students, one question which is very important from examination point of view. Discuss causes, symptoms, preventive measures and treatment of AIDS. AIDS, I have already given you full form of AIDS, which means acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS is caused by retrovirus HIV, which is human immunodeficiency virus. It is transmitted from an infected to healthy person through sexual contact, blood transfusion, use of infected needle or blade. Also, it may get transmitted from infected mother to her fetus. That means mother who is having already AIDS, that can transmit this to her fetus. Now, what are symptoms of AIDS? Inflammation in lymph glands, loss of weight and sweating during night, bleeding and fever, severe damage to the brain which may even lead to loss of memory. In some cases, the person may cease to speak and even think. That means in case of AIDS, there can be a severe damage to the brain, and even a person can lose his or her memory, and sometimes they are not able to speak or even think. Above all, The possibility of other diseases also increases because of damage caused to the immune system. दैट मीन्स कि जो इम्यून सिस्टम को डैमेज कॉज किया जाता है उसकी वजह से बहुत सारी डिजीज़ हैं जिसका अटैक एकदम से बॉडी के ऊपर हो जाता है एंड मल्टीपल डिजीज़ बॉडी के ऊपर आ जाती हैं विच इज़ ड्यू टू एड्स. एंड व्हाट आर प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स? by avoiding sexual contact with unknown persons, by using sterilized needles, blades, etc., by ensuring that the blood to the transfused is free from HIV. Now, next question is, what do you mean by disease? Describe the various causes of disease. This I have already told you, but you should know that this question is also very important from examination point of view. What is the meaning of disease? Disease is defined as a condition of the body or a part of it in which its normal functioning gets disturbed. The main causes of diseases are biological agents, which are disease causing microorganisms or pathogens like viruses, bacteria, fungi, protozoans, etc. Physical agents like heat, cold, radiation, humidity, pressure, electricity, sound, etc. Mechanical agents such as chronic friction or as well as other mechanical forces that can cause injuries, trauma, fracture, etc. Chemical agents, which are of two types: endogenous chemical agents which are formed in the body like urea, uric acid, etc. Exogenous chemical agents which enter the body of the individual from outside like metals, spore, pollens, etc. Inherited diseases. Some diseases occur because of hereditary reasons, disturbance in chromosomes or genes. Social agents which may cause mental disorders. Deficiency diseases are caused by insufficiency, absence or excess of nutrient necessary for the health. Now, there are various causes of diseases like biological agents which are living. All microorganisms are included in this. फिजिकल एजेंट्स लाइक हीट कोल्ड जो भी हैं ये सारे फैक्टर्स किस में आते हैं? फिजिकल एजेंट्स में. प्रेशर, इवन ह्यूमिडिटी, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, ऑल दीज आर इन फिजिकल एजेंट्स. नेक्स्ट मैकेनिकल एजेंट. मैकेनिकल एजेंट की वजह से लाइक क्रॉनिक फ्रिक्शन और अदर मैकेनिकल फोर्सेस दैट कॉज इंजरीज और ट्रॉमा, किसी तरह का धक्का लग जाए, झटका लग जाए या फिर फ्रैक्चर हो जाए बॉडी को, दैट इज इंक्लूडेड इन मैकेनिकल एजेंट्स. And in case of chemical agents, some chemicals are produced in the body with age, like uric acid is example of chemical agent. And sometimes there are exogenous chemical agents that enter in the body like pollen grains, spore pollens. When they enter in the body, they produce some chemical which is allergic and it causes diseases in the respiratory system. Some diseases are inheritatory. That means they are the disturbance in the chromosomes or genes and it is passed from parents to offsprings. Social agents which may cause mental disorder. That means when a person is not socially so active, then it causes mental disorders. Deficiency diseases are caused by insufficiency, absence or excess of nutrient necessary for the health. It means sometimes there is deficiency disease which is due to insufficiency of nutrients. Sometimes some people take excess of nutrients that can cause obesity in them, and some people they are not having appropriate amount of nutrients due to poverty. They are also having some deficiency diseases. Now students, thank you. This is all about the today's lecture, and complete your work in bioregisters. Do in-text question as well as back exercise questions which are sent to you in the PDF along with this video.